The world of ad monetization is changing for the better. As app bidding comes into place with many leading networks driving change, the market is becoming more efficient, effectively turning into a real live auction for publishers' ad slots from all of the networks. Anything that creates more efficiency and transparency is clearly a great thing, but monetization managers are overlooking a really important point as they rethink their monetization stacks, not taking into account the payment terms of the ad networks. Monetization managers are rightly focused on achieving the highest yielding CPMs for the ad slots. But by just focusing on CPM, they are completely ignoring the financial dynamics behind the transaction. Here's a comparison with the financial markets. Take the global foreign exchange market, the world's most liquid marketplace. The financial settlement of the trade done today will happen tomorrow, so provided your counterparty does not go out of business overnight, the trade will settle and the money will exchange hands. Now compare this with the mobile advertising market. Monetization managers are focused just on the CPM metric, but ignore when the trade will actually settle because of a massive variance in the terms of all of the ad networks. Think about it. You achieve a $10 CPM for your ad slots when you get the cash in 15 days versus a $10 CPM where you get the cash in 90 days. Which do you prefer? Of course, because the $10 is more valuable to you the sooner you get it, as you can invest it right back into more UA. So how do we tackle it? In order to work out the right way to think about this, we have to level the playing field. We use a metric called DCPM, or discounted CPM, to bring everyone into line. It works by discounting the time delay between today when the trade will actually settle by an interest rate relevant to your own funding costs. So with a funding cost of 1% per month, a $10 CPM is actually worth $9.95 if the network settles within 50 days, but down to $9.70 if the network settles in 90 days. Now, these differentials might not seem huge as represented by the DCPM metric itself, but the more dangerous scenario this highlights is the opportunity cost of not being able to reinvest the funds back into more UA for the game or the app. The most important thing to think about here is the time to break even on the ad spend. Take, for example, a hyper-casual game. A game where break-even periods on ad spend can be pretty short, let's say 5 days. $1 reinvested into UA can break even and be reinvested 15 times within a single payment cycle of a net 60 paying ad network, whose effective payables are 75 days. It's only when you start to think about the opportunity cost of not being able to reinvest that you realize the importance of paying terms and DCPMs as a metric. Monetization managers need to factor this into how they structure bidding patterns and which networks they prioritize. Alternatively, they can work with companies like Pollen VC, who can provide ultra-flexible credit facilities that eliminate the payment delays, allowing them to work with their choice of both monetization partner and UA networks, smoothing out the cash flows and providing a level playing field when combined with the DCPM metric to make sure cash doesn't get left on the table. Of course, we've created a handy calculator to help you figure out how to calculate your own DCPMs. Head on over to pollen.vc and check out our CFO resources page to get started.